Just want to start off by giving all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatham, Barakatham. That's the name of the Heavenly Father and the name of Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to start off coming to y'all today with some precepts on a particular topic, because, a big problem with the world we got now today is even with our own people, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Everybody think the Most High is their best friend. You feel me? Everybody think that he just there to love, give hugs. You know what I'm saying? They think that he's soft. You know what I'm saying? They think that he basically, they got the wrong concept of what he is. You know what I'm saying? But start off with a precept right here. This is the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. Because, the Most High, man, he don't deal with folly. He don't deal with that Martin Luther King spirit, that love everybody spirit. The Most High, he's a man of war. But here it go right here. This is the book of Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. We can start at verse 2. But it says, "The Lord is my strength and my song. He is become my salvation. He is my God. I will prepare him in habitation. Salakia. My father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts has he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea." So boom, everybody think the Most High is just love. They got this coexist mindset where, the homosexuals can coexist with the heathens. The heathens can coexist with the chosen, you know what I'm saying? But the Most High not dealing with none of that. The Most High is strict, you know what I'm saying? He's powerful and he's a man of war. He ain't dealing with no folly. And that's all folly. But anyways, let me get this next precept. This is the book of Romans. This just to show you that the Most High, like back in the day with our ancestors, he used to be destroying nations of people, like just for the sake of the Israelites, so they'll have somewhere to go. He'll set up he'll set it up to where they could go in and take over their land. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, they killing all the men, women, and children. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the Most High. That's the type of God we serve. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't soft. And he could give a damn about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? He could give a damn about the heathen. Like, boom. Let me get another precept on that too. My bad. My fault. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54. We can start at verse 54. It says, "And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all." So, we all come from Adam. Adam was the first people, you know what I'm saying? All the descendants all the people on the earth today come from Adam. Boom. And it says, "And the people also whom thou hast chosen." So you got everybody in the earth today, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the people that the Most High chose. Like, think of it as like you a chef, right? You make your own pie, you know what I'm saying? And then you making your pie for the family, whatever. You put your pie out, you gonna want to cut your little portion of that pie, you know what I'm saying, to keep for yourself, because you don't put your foot in it and everything. You feel me? You don't put your foot in it, and you want to keep your own little slice. So basically, the Most High look at Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the scattered abroad, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? He look at them as his own chosen portion of his creation. So basically, it says, "And the people also whom thou hast chosen," which is the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And this is Ezra saying, "All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes." So he's basically saying that, the Most High made the world for the sake of the Israelites, the people he chose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it may not seem like that now because, we born into the curses. You know what I'm saying? Like the curses of Deuteronomy or whatever. When we born into the curses, so right now it may not seem like that, but that's because our ancestors didn't want to obey and keep the commandments of the Most High. They wanted to go off and do their own little thing, and you know what I'm saying, get down with the heathen or whatever. So basically, It's saying, all this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. That's verse 55. That's verse 56. It says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. So the other people that's not the 12 tribes of Israel, that also came of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So think about it like this. Like, I got this bottle of water right here, right? You know what I'm saying? I open it up. You know, I just throw it back real quick and a little drop go down the side of my face. You know what I'm saying? Hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to care about that because I still got a whole lot more water in the bottle. You feel me? Like, that's how the Most High think about his people. And I know it's going to be a lot of you scoffers out there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get to that point after this. But anyways, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, like, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that fallen from a vessel. Boom. So this is verse 57. He says, and now, O Lord, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing. In the previous verse, he said, thou hast said that they are nothing. The other people that also came of Adam, Ezra he's basically calling them, saying that they, he's recognizing them as heathen. You know what I'm saying? This is not him. This is what the Most High calls the other nations or whatever. He said, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I stay in an apartment building, you feel me? And my landlord, you know, he stay right downstairs, you feel me? Sometimes I gotta keep my mouth closed. Like not keep my mouth closed, because, you know, he tells us to lift up our voice like a trumpet. But I gotta keep it down a little bit, because, you know, he stay right beneath me or whatever. But he my landlord, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is crazy how they got this land. You feel me? They stole it from the Native Americans, and then now they go build their own little houses on it and charging people rent. You know what I'm saying? That's like you having a crib. Somebody, a total stranger coming over to your crib, moving you out or moving you in one corner of your crib. You know what I'm saying? And then they start renting out your other bedrooms to other people. You know what I'm saying? And charging them to stay in your crib. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing or whatever. But basically, back to the precepts. It says, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, which is Israel, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Now, going back to that, you know what I'm saying? That's you know, that's right there. That's even a whole nother like example of how the Most High ain't all love. You know what I'm saying? He love his people. You feel me? Which is why we get chastised over the other nations, because he don't really care about the other nations. He let them do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But you know, us as his children, you know, we get chastised. So that's why we born into the curses. You feel me? Boom. Now back to the point I was saying earlier about you scoffers. You know what I'm saying? It might hop in the comments talking about some memes or this, memes or that. I'm going to go to the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse, is it 1? Yeah, 1 verse 18. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. It says, and they assemble all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? That's the Most High basically telling, you know what I'm saying? Telling us that your pedigree is determined by the house of your fathers. Boom. Or whatever. So, you know, whatever you are, whatever your father is. There's no such thing as mixed people in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You the seed of a man. Just like if I was to take an apple from out of America, you know what I'm saying, and take a little bite out of it, get the seed out of it, you know what I'm saying, and take that seed and take a trip to China and plant it in the ground, then come back over here and a year later go back to China, you know what I'm saying, and then it's growing to be an apple tree. It's still going to produce the same fruit, right? It's still going to produce an apple. It's not going to produce pineapples. It's not going to produce bananas. It's not going to produce peaches. It's going to produce apples, because it doesn't matter what soil the seed is planted in. What matters is where the seed comes from. Boom. With that being said, you know, it's the seed of a man that matters. So you could be darker than me. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll have to, you could be an Edomite. You know, Edomite, that's what the so-called white people are called biblically. That's their biblical nationality. You know, they like to slither around, change the people's identities and stuff so we can't find ourselves in this book. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, Most High gonna bring all things to the light. You feel me? But anyways, you could be you could have an Israelite mother. You know what I'm saying? You could have a dark-skinned mother, and then you have a white father. The whole time your kids come out dark-skinned, but they Edomites. You know what I'm saying? They white people because they're the seed of a man. The seed of a man. The soil doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what soil you plant the seed in. What matters is where the seed comes from. So boom. Anyways, back to the point about the Most High not being all buddy-buddy and huggy-huggy. You know what I'm saying? The Most High ain't dealing with that, man. That's folly, whatever. We could go back to Romans, the book of Romans, chapter 9 and 13, and see our first example. Front hand, frontmost and forward, all right? Show you that the Most High ain't dealing with the love everybody spirit. Because the Most High has enemies. You know what I'm saying? And us as the Most High's people, we got enemies too. And our enemies are those who don't want us to know who we are. You feel me? They want us to forget who we are. Basically, this is the book of Romans. Actually, I ain't even gonna go to Romans yet. I'm gonna go to Psalms 83. You know, that's one of my favorite precepts because, you know, I'm just the type of person, you know, I like searching out the things of Esau, you feel me? Because he a cunning little bastard, I'll tell you that. But anyways, it says, this is the book of Psalms. I'll start at verse 1. Psalms 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel. Y'all know what crafty counsel is? Crafty counsel is basically like, you know, they plotting on us, you know what I'm saying? They gathering together, the Bilderbergers meetings, you know what I'm saying? Like when all the politicians, all the world leaders come together, you feel me? Like, and conspire against the children of Israel, which is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Boom. They have taken crafty counsel and consulted against the hidden ones. Now, why is it called us? Why is he saying it's the hidden ones? Because basically we the hidden ones because they erased our name. You know what I'm saying? Like we hidden throughout the earth. Now they erased our name and gave us their own little nationalities, like Puerto Rican. That's the so-called Puerto Ricans are the Taino Indians. You know what I'm saying? African Americans. So-called African Americans are the real Jews. The Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Levites, those are all the real Jews. Boom, so-called Jamaicans, so-called Trinidadians, people from Tobago. Yeah, those are the real Jews. And that's the Southern Kingdom. Then you got the Northern Kingdom. You got Ephraim and on down. You got Ephraim, you got Manasseh, you got Simeon, you got Gad, which is the Native American Indians. Then you got Asher, which is from Colombia to Uruguay. Then you got who else? A lot of other tribes, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, it says they have come and said, come, Slakia. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Now, I don't know if y'all know anything about divide and conquer, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ever heard that strategy before? It's basically like a war strategy, but that's what they did to the children of Israel because, you know, they got us going up against each other, thinking we all totally different types of people, you know what I'm saying? When in reality, we all come from the same 12 people. Boom. But nowadays, you will see blacks going on black on black crime, you know what I'm saying? You'll see Hispanic on black crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, you know what I'm saying? You'll see the Puerto Ricans hating the Hispanics, you'll see the Haitians hating the Dominicans, you know what I'm saying? Because it's that divide and conquer. It says, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So they don't want us to know that we Israelites, you know what I'm saying? They want us to think we these proverbs and bywords that they like to call us, like African American, Haitian, Dominican, Cuban, you know what I'm saying? They want us to think we Mayans, you know what I'm saying? They want us to think we Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? Like all these proverbs and bywords that they put on us during slavery. Basically, it tells you who our enemies are right here. And our enemies as Israel, because you know we the chosen people of the Most High. Let's get that real quick too. You know, the scriptures say prove all things. So, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and pull out these precepts. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are on the face of the earth." With that being said, you heard that? Above all people that are on the face of the earth. Boom. So, like, that's another thing that, like, what I had said earlier about the Most High having, like, his own portion of people. He basically chose, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, to be his, you know what I'm saying, to be separate, to be a holy people. You know what I'm saying? The word holy means separate. Boom, separate from everything else, separate from all the other nations, you know what I'm saying? We can't be doing their customs. We can't be celebrating their holidays. We can't be celebrating their feast days, you know what I'm saying? Because the Most High gave us our own in this covenant right here, this book right here, the law, statutes, and commandments, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get back to Psalms 83. That's just showing you that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High chose us. But anyways, it tells us who our enemies are, you know what I'm saying? Because we as the chosen people of the Most High, our enemies are the Most High's enemies, because we the apple of his eye, you know what I'm saying? Boom. So it says, for they have consulted together with one consent, meaning they came together and they all on the same page, and they are confederate against thee, meaning they against us, like confederate. That means they against us. Boom. Then you got it tells you who he's talking about. It says the tabernacles of Edom, which is the so-called white people, so-called Caucasians, the people on the earth that call themselves white people. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites. The Ishmaelites are the Arabs or the Muslims, so-called Muslims, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then you got a lot of our people dealing with Islam, you know what I'm saying? That's just folly, because what commandment is that? Where he tells us not to worship the rock. Leviticus. Let me find this. But yeah, you got our people out bowing down to a rock. You know what I'm saying? Like facing the east, bowing down to a rock. I wish I had the book from Babylon to Timbuktu. Because it says in there, details in there how Muhammad basically copied off the Jews and made his own religion, which is Islam today. Basically plagiarized the Bible, made the Quran. You know what I'm saying? Let me find this real quick. Yeah, basically it says, where the Most High don't like, he tell us, that's one of the 10 commandments. The second one, actually. And it's more than 10 commandments, 613 commandments in total. Like, thou shalt not eat pork, thou shalt not eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Those are commandments, you know what I'm saying? Boom. If you choose to go beyond that, then that's how you get the judgments of like a lot of health defects, you know what I'm saying? Like high blood pressure, cancer, you know, a lot of them pigs, man, they be having cancer on them. They just be cutting the cancer off, just be repackaging the meat, because you know the so-called white man, only thing he care about is money. The only thing he care about is this, you know what I'm saying? Putting bread in his pocket. He don't care about our health. You have to actually look at us as 1/3 of a human being, actually, if you do the research. Boom. But yeah, but the second commandment is that we're not supposed to create ourselves for any image of anything in the heaven, the earth. I mean, anything in the heavens above, anything on the earth, or anything in the waters under the earth, and bow down to it. You know, people in Islam over there, and in the Middle East, they bow down to that rock in Mecca. You know what I'm saying? That rock. We ain't supposed to be dibbling and dabbling with that. We supposed to be serving the Most High and only the Most High. You know, and then when his people, they could do that. The heathen can do that. You know what I'm saying? It tell us in Jeremiah 10 not to follow after the customs and traditions of the heathen, because they are vain. Let's get that too. It says, thus saith the Lord, learn not, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2. I'm going to start at 1. It says, hear ye the word which the Lord spaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them, for the customs of the people are in vain. For one, this is talking about Christmas, but you know, all they customs, like, it's not just one custom, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a custom to go over there to the Mecca, you know what I'm saying, and touch the rock, you know what I'm saying, bow down to the rock and pray, kiss the rock, you know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to be dibbling and dabbling with that, you know what I'm saying? The Most High is against that. Whatever, that's idolatry. He tell you in the first commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before me. When they go over there and they bowing down to that rock, they worshiping that rock as a god. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be dibbling and dabbling with that. Boom, but that's Jeremiah 10. I'm still trying to find that precept with not supposed to bow down to any image of stone. Leviticus. Yeah, though, man. People just be going off, man. And then I feel like the only reason they our people, you know, the Israelites choose to go that route is because they feel like Jesus, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is a white man. Which, you know, it tell you that they painted the image of him as white after their own image, so that we wouldn't be able to see ourselves in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man. What's done in the dark gonna come to the light, you feel me? Most High gonna reveal everything to us. You find this, all these stuff. And then Islam tell you, like, you could beat on your wife, man. They tell you, you can eat pork if you ain't got nothing else to eat. If ain't nothing else to eat, you could go ahead and eat the pork. You know what I'm saying? The Most High tell us that's abominable. He tells us in Isaiah 66 that he gonna kill anybody that's eating swine's flesh. And that's another topic to tie in how the Most High ain't all love. You know what I'm saying? Because he said he coming back with a fire. He coming back with his son coming back with what? Let me grab that precept real quick. I don't like paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? I got most of my precepts on my phone. I'm using my phone right now to record, so you know I gotta just go off off the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, you know what I'm saying? Isaiah 66. This goes to show you the Most High ain't no lovey-dovey. He's not your best friend, you know what I'm saying? He's not your best friend. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66. Verse 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with flames of, hold on, Slakia. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury. See, he's not all love. He got anger and fury. You know, he angry for a reason. Boom, because y'all testing his gangster. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Or whatever. Render his anger and with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Then it says, it goes down to verse 17. It says, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens. Meaning, like, you basically making your own righteousness. You basically going outside of what the word says, going outside of the word of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, and making your own righteousness, saying, oh, I'm clean if I do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm clean. I could do this because Jesus died and he made all foods clean. No, you got zero understanding. The Most High not dealing with that. Basically, it says, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination. Now, we could go ahead and go see what the abomination is, too, whole time. Because, you know, it's not only swine, you feel me, like, there's other things he tells us not to eat, too. This book is our guidelines. Like, we supposed to live off of these words, like, You know what I'm saying? Like, as the children of Israel. Let me see. This is Leviticus 11. About to find out what these abominations are that he's talking about. Because, you know, a lot of people confused, man. I hate every day I hop on Snapchat, I see somebody eating something abominable. You know what I'm saying? I hop on my social media, and I see people just throwing it down. And I try to tell them, you know, well, yo, we not supposed to be eating that. We not supposed to be eating this, and that. And they just laughing at me. Like it's a joke, like it's a game. But like the Most High is the Most High is their friend. Oh, he'll forgive me. Oh, he'll forgive me. All right, nah. That's why he put people like the prophets in your life to warn you. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it says, let's find out. Let's find what some of these abominations are that he's talking about. It says, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 9. It says, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. All, this is verse 10, all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, and of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall even be an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. It tells you again, whatsoever have no fins or scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And these are they which ye shall have these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eating, they are an abomination. The eagle, and the ostrich, and the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind. Now let's go back up to verse where it talks about anything that doesn't have fins and scales. We could just get into that right now. So what doesn't have fins and scales that people like to eat on the large scale? We could just start off with by saying the shrimp. Like the shrimp, man. Why would you want to eat something that eats the poop in the feces in the ocean? You know what I'm saying? Something that's responsible for keeping the ocean and the waters clean. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like having a fish tank with no filter in it and just letting all that poop and stuff getting on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Eventually that's going to build up and then the fish tank going to become dirty. Why would you want to eat something, the animal that's responsible for eating up all that poop and keeping the ocean clean? Now you consuming the body of an animal that's consuming feces. You might as well go in the bathroom, drop a deuce, and pick it out the toilet and eat it yourself. Because that's what you're doing, basically. You know what I'm saying? When the whales come by and they drop a deuce, you know what I'm saying? And they all pile up on the bottom of the ocean. What you think is down there waiting to feast, waiting to eat it all up? The shrimp, crab, and then the lobster. They bottom feeders. That's why we're not supposed to dibble and dabble with them. You know what I'm saying? Most I say whatever don't got fins and scales. Let's get into another one. Catfish. Catfish has fins, but it don't got scales, which means that it's a bottom feeder and it's unclean to you. We're not supposed to dibble and dabble with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got people in my family, they love catching and eating them some catfish, man. You know, I used to eat catfish too the whole time, but, you know, once I came into the knowledge, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashum, Yahweh Shah, once I came into the knowledge of that, you know, I had to let that go. I had to let the shrimp go. I had to let the pork go. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the abominations that he's talking about in Isaiah 66. And remember, the Most High is not your friend. Like, he not here to play games with you. He gonna destroy you. He gonna destroy you. See, I was about to cuss. You feel me? I had to catch myself. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it says this is back in the book of Isaiah chapter 66. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. When he come back, he gonna sit down and talk to you. He ain't gonna go back and forth with you. What he said is already written in this right here. If you ain't going by this right here, then when you come back, you're gonna be the one he pleading with fire and his sword. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. For they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in a garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. You don't want to be part of that, man. You don't want to be part of that, man. Boom. Oh, let me go back to, I had another precept too on how the Most High ain't all lovey-dovey. You know what I'm saying? Boom. This is back here. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 63 when it's talking about Esau. You know what I'm saying? Like how it's talking about Esau and Edom. You know what I'm saying? How Yahweh Shai was coming from Edom with his garments dyed. It says, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. Who is that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength? I that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel? Meaning, like, why is your garment so red? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is your garment the color of this? You feel me? Boom. And thy garment is like him that treadeth the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Do that sound like the Most High, which Yahweh Shai is the image of the Most High? Do that sound like, that he's friendly? You know what I'm saying? He's all buddies coming back to give people hugs and kisses. Do that sound like that? Nah, not at all. He coming back with fire and fury. He coming back to bring judgment with vengeance. Boom. It says, verse 4 says, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Boom. So, like, that shows you right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't dealing with that, like, that love everybody spirit. He coming, the Most High is strict. You know what I'm saying? He's a jealous God. And if you ain't doing what he's saying to do in the last days, you feel me? You're going to get cut down. Every tree that's not producing good fruit is going to get cut down. Let me see. Let's get into Esau and Jacob, because, you know, people will be like, God loves everybody. Yahweh Shai loves everybody. Let's see. Let's see what it's really talking about. Romans. Let's go to the book of Romans. Romans chapter 9. This is the book of Romans chapter 9 verse 13. And it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. Jacob is the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, if your father is from the one of those 12 tribes, a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, then you will be considered a seed of Jacob, a seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, if your father is on the other side and is not from one of those 12 tribes, then you will be considered a seed of Esau or the heathen. But it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. We can go to Proverbs 13 and 4 too to precept that. That just goes to show you that the Most High don't love everybody. He clearly right there telling you that he hate Esau, which is the so-called white people on the earth. Proverbs 13 and 24. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. This is another example on how the Most High don't love everybody. Like he ain't all love. Cause you know, whoever he loves, if even in life, if you got a child and you love your child, when they do wrong, you gonna whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna let them know when they doing wrong. Basically, it says right here, the book of Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 24. It says, he that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteth him betimes. Boom. So that's basically saying, like, if the Most High love, if you getting chastised by the Most High, it's because he loves you. You know what I'm saying? If you getting jacked up left and right, if you going through slavery and captivity, that's judgment from your sins. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to Israel as a nation throughout time. So-called white man, he ain't even got judged yet. You know, he ain't got judged not one time. But, you know, it's going to be, He ain't got judged not one time, but when he come back, them gonna be the people he tread in that wine press. You know what I'm saying? That's the wine press he gonna tread. He gonna be going through Edom. One was a so-called white man. That goes to show you that he don't love everybody. He got his chosen people that he love. We could go to Amos. We could go to Amos too, to even further prove that. Amos 3. Bear with me real quick. This is my first time doing a video too, so you know I'm still learning, you feel me, like on how to my voice and everything, but I'm doing this through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All praises. 1092. It's the book of Amos. Hold on. Oh, yeah, this is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for your iniquities." Now, let's go back to Proverbs 13 and 24 and see why he punishing us for our iniquities. See why we the ones that got to get punished. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all out of love. You know what I'm saying? It's all because the Most High loves us and he wants us to do right. And what is right? Right is following the laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Serving the Most High with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul. That's what right is. Because at the end of the day, that's what he created us to do. And I'm going to get another precept after this, going over that. Proverbs 13 and 24 says, "He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chastiseth him betimes." Let's go back to Amos 3 and 1. We're going to read it again. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities, because he loves us." That's why he's punishing us. He's not sparing that rod because he loves us. You know what I'm saying? Boom. He don't love the other nations. He could give a damn about them. He be, man, hold on, man. Let me grab some more precepts. Yeah, I'm kind of veering off topic a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm finna get back on topic. Get Malachi. We could also get Malachi 3 and 1. Malachi. I think it's Malachi. Yeah, hold on. 11:32. Oh yeah, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse. I'm starting from the top, from verse 1. It says, "The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? And the Lord said, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord." Let me stop right there. So Edom basically said, well, we impoverished, but we're going to return and we're going to rebuild our kingdom. We're going to rebuild the desolate places, which is how you get America today. You get all the countries, the world powers today. You know what I'm saying? That's the strongest in the earth, because they came back and they built their kingdom back out of wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Out of blood. I need my other Bible real quick. Out of blood, you know, they built their kingdom out of blood, out of wickedness. So, you know, the Most High said, you feel me? What did he say? Let's finish saying it. It says, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, midway through verse 4. It says, I'm going to just start back from verse 4. It says, "Whereas Edom saith, We are impoverished, but we will return and build thy desolate places. Thus say the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So it don't matter how much they try to build their own kingdom up. At the end of the day, when Yahweh shall return in all his glory and all his might, he gonna try in that wine press. You know what I'm saying? He gonna throw it down. Boom. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I got another precept on that. Oh yeah, another precept on how the Most High ain't all love. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Revelations chapter 19, verse 11. Salakia. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 19 and verse 11. It says, is this the right? Wait, hold on. Might be 14. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, it is 19 verse 11. It says, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 19, verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness doth he judge. He doth judge and make war. Let's talk about Hamashiach Yahushua. Says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself. And the armies, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. Why was it dipped in blood? Because he was tried in that wine press. Yeah, he was tried in that wine press. Boom, and his name was called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. He shall rule them with the rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of Almighty God. So that lets you know that, like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't all love, bro. He coming back to go crazy. Like, he going crazy on the heathen and all the wicked 2/3 parts of Israel that don't want to, you know what I'm saying, do what the Most High say to do. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments and come back to their nationality or whatnot. You know, I tell people left and right. They think it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, what did he say? Say, as in the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. How they was like, they thought the Most High was sweet back during Noah time too. Oh, it's not gonna rain. The Most High's not gonna kill everybody. The Most High loves everybody. Next thing you know, them drops start coming. They got looking for Noah. Where Noah go? Got Noah open up. Got the beating on the ark. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, what happened? Flood came and swept them all away. But hey, I said the time as the times was then, so shall the times be now. And the time we living in now. Boom. Let me see. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 13. Yeah, man, the Most High ain't no... Most High ain't no, man, he ain't with that folly, man. When people think about the Most High and Jesus, they think about white Jesus, the homosexual that love everybody. That's not the God we serve. That's not the God of Israel. That's not the God of the Bible. That's a false image. But anyways, hold on. Let me see, 42 and 13, was that what I said? All right, and for a cut, people be like, oh, God, John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him. I'm going to go ahead and cut that too, because I feel like somebody in the comments thinking that right now, you feel me? But anyway, it says, but this is the book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 17. It says, but Israel shall be saved, and the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end. So when he says, for God so loved the world, he's talking about the world of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? He's not talking about the whole entire earth. He's not talking about the heathens. He's not talking about the Moabites. He's not talking about the damn Edomites. He's not talking about the Hadjarenes. He's not talking about Jabal. He's not talking about the inhabitants of Tyre. He's not talking about none of them. He's talking about the world of Israel. Boom. Back to 42 and 13, though. Back to the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Being a man, he not all love, he a man of war, you feel me? But anyways, it says, it's the book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 13. It says, for the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, ye, and roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. So that right there, that's letting you know the Most High don't love everybody. He got enemies. You know what I'm saying? He ain't here to give out hugs and kisses. He ain't here to, you know what I'm saying, give out high fives. You feel me? He out here to handle business, straight business. He coming back to tread that wine press. Boom. Like, even going back to Egypt, like, you could tell he ain't, like, come on now, man. The Most High about that life, G. He the 10-time heavyweight champ, G. Like, all the great nations, like, look at every kingdom. Like, even the Egyptians, like, they was destroyed by the Most High. And they was the strongest people on the earth at that time. Let's go to Exodus 12. So you can see, like, the Most High ain't playing no games with no men, women, or children. And after this, we gonna hit up Deuteronomy. So you can show you that the Most High, like, really, like, he the real deal. He ain't no joke. Think about it. He split the seas. Like, he raised the water up on the side of the Red Sea, and then next thing you know, the ground was dry at the bottom, dry for the Israelites to walk through. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, now you can't do that. Can't no human on earth do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the Most High right there. Yahweh, that's his name. But Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shah. But anyways, this is Exodus 12, verse 12. It says, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. What did the beast do? What did the little firstborn babies do? They didn't do nothing. You feel me? Like, they didn't do nothing, like, against the Most. He did that because Pharaoh, he hardened Pharaoh's heart to show his might. You know what I'm saying? To show the world that he wasn't playing no games and he ain't nothing to be played with. While y'all sitting here thinking he love this, and that. You could be gay and homosexuals and the Most High loves you. That's a damn lie. That's abominable. That's an abomination. Anyways, says, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. So that's going to show you he ain't all love, G. He ain't all love, G. He ain't all love. Like, y'all could get that out y'all head, man. He's a fierce power. Like, you gotta fear him, G. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I'll tell you that. Like Proverbs. Anyways, let's get another precept before we head into Deuteronomy. This is the book of Matthew, chapter Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Because, you know, it's a lot of Christians that think that, you know, they could just do whatever they want to do. And that the Most High is going to love them and forgive them at the end of the day just because they believe. They ain't showing they ain't showing no faith with their works. They just believe and saying they believe, you feel me? The Most High ain't dealing with that, man. You gotta learn, man. Because, you know, he coming back to smite 2/3 of Israel. 2/3 of the Israelites that don't want to listen, that want to be wicked, that want to roll up blunts, you feel me? I ain't perfect. Like, I struggle with the same thing. But once I came into the knowledge that we ain't supposed to be defiling our temple, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, let me get that real quick. Because, you know, a lot of people don't know this, especially the Israelites. A lot of Israel don't know this. Like, A lot of Israel that don't know that Israel don't know this. I hop on Snapchat and see people rolling up 3 fires every day. And I used to be the same way till I came into this knowledge, though. All praise to the Most High. But anyways, it says, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, of the Most High God, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, so shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple you are. So if you from Black Hispanics or Native Americans, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, and the Most High is supposed to dwell in you. His spirit is literally supposed to. You're supposed to be like a chess piece. Like he's supposed to move you. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to do his work. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So let's go back to what I was about to read before. 10 and 34. Matthew 10 and 34. Cause you know the Most High he ain't soft, man. Unlike the world like to make him seem. White Jesus, you know, white Jesus looks soft as hell. He look like you can run up to him, slap him, he gonna turn around. Well, actually, you know what I'm saying? Hey, how shy, he did die for our sins, but you know, white Jesus ain't soft, you feel me? I mean, not white Jesus, getting fucked. But Yahweh Shai ain't soft. Like Yahweh Shai was an astute man, a sure man. 10 and 34. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. It says, think not. Hold on, it says, but whoso, I'm gonna start 33. Let's start at 32. It says, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Boom. For I have come to set a man at variance against his father, and daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his own cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life shall find it. That's just crazy, because, you know, that's just going to show you, like, no, he ain't come for us to all sing Kumbaya together. You know what I'm saying? He came to send the sword. Boom, he came to cause division. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, all praise to the Most High, though. You feel me? Now, let's go grab these other precepts out of Deuteronomy real quick so I can show you how, you know, the Most High is a man of war. He ain't here to kiss and hug everybody. You know what I'm saying? He loves his people, which is the Israelites, the people that's doing his will. Death to America and death to all the other people that's doing whatever the hell they want to do under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Let's see. Let me find it real quick. One second, please. Slakia. All right, so look, this show you like the Most High. It don't matter how big your enemies could be. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying, how much might they could have. He'll always take the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, which was the weaker nations, and put them up against stronger nations. You know what I'm saying, just so he could display his might through the Israelites. But basically, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, and hold on. I find where he was telling them to kill all the women and children and stuff. Oh, we can start we can start at Deuteronomy chapter 2 and verse 34. Actually, no, we're gonna start at verse 30. It says, actually, no, let's start at verse 26. And I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kedemoth and unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, let me pass through thy land. I will go along by the highway. I will neither turn to the right hand nor to the left. Thou shalt sell me meat for money that I may eat, and give me water for money that I may drink. And I will pass through on my feet, as the children of Esau which dwell in Mount Seir, and the Moabites which dwell in Ar did unto me, until I shall pass over Jordan into the land which the Lord God giveth us. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him, for the Lord thy God hardened his spirit, just like he hardened Pharaoh's spirit. Boom. Had hardened his spirit, and made his heart obstinate, that he might deliver him into thy hand, as appeareth this day. So basically, the Most High, like the Israelites was asking, like, yo, let us go through here and sell us food for meat and water for money. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And then next thing you know, King Sihon, king of Heshbon, he wasn't trying to let him go. The Most High hardened his spirit, so he could show the Israelites through the king of Heshbon his might. You know what I'm saying? So boom. But it says Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him, for the Lord thy God hardened his spirit, and made his heart obstinate, that he might deliver him into thy hand, as appeareth this day. Verse 31, it says, and the Lord said unto me, behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee. Begin to possess it, that thou mayest inherit his land. This goes to show you that the Most High don't love everybody. You know what I'm saying? The Most High got enemies, and he's in control of everything, regardless if you choose to believe it or not. He in control of everything. It says, the Lord said unto me, behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee. Begin to possess it, that thou mayest inherit his land. Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz. And this is the Most High is controlling this. You know what I'm saying? He's in control. The Most High may put it in his spirit to get all his people and make them go out there for war. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Then it says, and the Lord our God delivered him before us, and we smote him and his sons and all his people. And we took his cities at that time and utterly destroyed the men and the women and the little ones of every city. We left none to remain. Only the cattle we took for prey unto ourselves, and the spoil of the cities which we took. Now that goes to show you the Most High don't love everybody. He don't love every nation on the earth. He loves his people, and he the big dog for his people. You know what I'm saying? He'll just like he did Pharaoh. He hardened Pharaoh's heart. He hardened Sihon, king of Heshbon's heart too, just to show the Israelites his might. Just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart, just to show the Israelites his might, he hardened Sihon, king of Heshbon's heart too. Boom, so that they could be delivered into his hands. So that's going to show you that the Most High don't love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua even said in Matthew 15, verse 21. Let's go get that real quick. I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Let's pull that real quick, though, because, you know, I like to pull the precepts. Verse 24, actually, Slakia. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Boom. That's going to show you, like, he still helped her. He gave her the crumbs that fell from the master's table. You know what I'm saying? But that goes to show you that, like, he not here for everybody. He only here, like, Yahushua is only here to bring repentance to his children and the Most High. You know, Yahushua being the image of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You could clearly see that. You know, he's not for everybody. He's not for everybody. He don't care about the other nations. Boom. We read that in the Sirach, second book. Not Sirach, but second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 54, starting at 54 and down. We read that. Like, to him, the other nations are nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a man of war. He ain't all love. He's not here to love everybody. He's not in that love everybody spirit. But yeah, man. That's just a couple precepts, you know what I'm saying, showing how the Most High, you know, he a man of war. He's not here to love everybody, hand out hugs and kisses like the Easter Bunny, you know what I'm saying? He here to bring judgment, you know what I'm saying, and deliver his people at the end of the day. But I want to give all glory and all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Brakatham, and Shalom, Israel.